Good morning, everybody. I'm Danielle Allen. I'm the Board Relations Manager here at Sewage and Water Board of New Orleans. And I'd like to invite everyone to the selection committee for the Board of Directors, where we're going to select a board member for the District A vacancy. Okay, I'm going to call the roll. President of Dillard University, Sharonda Williams.
Here.
Of Loyola University. Lauren Jardell, Tulane University.
Here.
President of Xavier University. Dr. Maylene Arnold Davis.
Here.
Of Delgado Community College. Mark Powell of University of New Orleans.
Present.
Kim Rugen of Southern University of New Orleans.
Present.
And Jolie Bernard of the New Orleans Chamber of Commerce.
President, Regional Black Chamber.
Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. And, okay, I said New Orleans Chamber of Commerce, I'm sorry. And Urban League of New Orleans. Okay, we have a quorum. And we're gonna go into nominating a chair and a vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Sharonda Williams as chair.
Okay,
I second the nomination.
second. Okay, we have a chair.
Oh, we need to vote?
All in favor? I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
No nays? Okay, we have a nomination. All right, we are ready to go?
Well, do we need to nominate a vice chair as well?
Vice chair?
Do we have any nominations for vice chair?
Do we have a nomination for a vice chair? No nomination.
What's the role, if you don't mind, of the vice chair?
If the chair is not able to.
That's it? Okay. Well, I'll do it if nobody else wants to.
I'll nominate you.
We have a nomination in a second. Great. Any opposed? All right, then we have a
Well, we
vice chair.
settled the business.
There we go. The next item of business is adoption of the bylaws. The bylaws are included in the packet. They were approved February 26, 2024. It just
Changes.
no changes since that time. It just sets forth sort of the structure of this committee, what our duties are, and that we have to evaluate the nominations and submissions. Unless there are any objections, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the bylaws that have already been previously approved.
We have a motion?
Okay, we have a motion, a second.
I second.
All right, any opposed? Okay, the bylaws are adopted. Next, we have 4 applications that have been received. All the materials are in our packets. We also have in the packet the candidate requirements and the pertinent disciplines that would be needed for this role on the board. We have H. Davis Cole, Carling Dinkler, Amber McKnight, and C. Clark Thompson. So I guess now we can take the opportunity to discuss each of these candidates in turn. First is H. Davis Cole. Does anybody have any comments or thoughts on Mr. Cole's application?
If I may, I have a fundamental question. The board makeup currently, do we have a picture of what that looks like, the current board members?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
This is the current makeup, the composition of the board right now.
But specifically, the individuals that sit on,
Oh, I can get that for you.
okay, wonderful.
Give me 1 minute.
I had the same question there because I think if, like, 2 of these are engineers.
Mhm.
And so if you have a whole bunch of engineers already on the board, you don't want to have other engineers, et cetera, you know, that type of thing. So it's,
And for me, it's more of a diversity piece.
Yes.
In terms of, we have 3 men, 1 woman, 1 African-American woman, 3 Caucasian males. I just want to see what the balance looks like.
while we're waiting on that, does anybody have any specific comments on any of these applications?
My my understanding is that we're gonna really just eliminate one of these four, right? So three are gonna be
That's what-
submitted.
That's what I understood. 3 to the mayor and then,
Yes.
yeah. they-
Yeah, so,
yeah.
so we're really just looking to take one and take him off the, or her off the plate.
Morning.
Any particular?
Anywhere.
Okay, so for the group's edification, the board of directors is actually outside on the wall. It's Mayor Cantrell, a gentleman named Mr. SLOSS, I would say Sloss,
Sloss, yes.
Tyler Anthrop, white gentleman, Robin Barnes, white woman, Dr. Tamika Duplessis, African-American woman, Alejandra Guzman, Hispanic woman, Janet Howard, white woman, Chadrick Kennedy, African-American male, Councilman Freddie King, African-American male, Joseph Pacho, African-American male, and Dr. Maurice Scholas, African-American male. So we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men, 1, 2, 3, 4 women, and 5 with the mayor, and then a diverse mix of ethnicity. Thank you.
We're looking at the makeup of the current board in terms of diversity.
So yeah,
Do we have any, well, I guess we can wait on Danielle, but do we have any idea about how many, if any of them have engineering expertise, the current ones?
I don't know offhand except Tyler Anthrop. I definitely know is at a minimum in planning and he worked in green infrastructure and with the city previously and is teaching at Tulane, right? And for the record, Jade Brown Russell has arrived for attendance. Representing the Urban League of New Orleans, correct?
Well, since we have some idea of diversity, I'm just gonna, oh, there she is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Does anybody have a proposal that they want to put forward in terms of 3 names?
I'll throw out an idea just to get us kick-started. I think all 4 candidates were pretty strong, they had a lot of experience, et cetera. There's 2 engineers, one attorney, and then one with governmental experience there. If I was to submit these 4 candidates to the mayor for selection, I'd probably remove one of the engineers, just to give her a broader, perspective there. And looking at the 2 engineers, I would probably, even though he's well qualified, Charles Thompson, I'd probably just remove him. It's only because the other guy, I think, is Charles Thompson is more of a shipbuilder type of background. Cole is he's a civil engineer and is also a licensed professional engineer. I think he has a lot of experience there, and he also has charity work. He sits on boards for charity. I think he'd be a good fit. So if I had to pick one, I'd probably remove Charles Thompson.
I will say that I was thinking along those lines, but I wanted to hear if anybody had any specific knowledge about Charles Thompson, partly because he listed his primary discipline as being a community organizer, even though he is a shipbuilder and an engineer. I was just curious to know if anybody had any other experience with him.
Ma'am,
I don't know any of the 4.
me either.
And I'm looking at, the, Amber McKnight. And, just looking at her, her education, it seems that she's younger. And probably is a millennial, because she graduated high school recently. Well, 2003, within this decade. And I just think that, we need to hear the voice of our younger people in our community. And I think she would shed some perspective, not only being an attorney, but I think she's gonna bring that youth to the board that I don't see represented on this chart right here.
We have another one, Tyler, he's relatively,
He's a younger person.
he's a younger one.
Okay, but I'm just thinking of the perspective of our youth, because they say we don't listen to them, and they're living here, and some of them are buying homes here, so they are vastly affected by our sewage system, our garbage system, politics. So I think that, although she does not have that engineering background, I think she would be a good representative and maybe a voice for our younger
Like a
population.
community,
Yeah.
consumer advocate.
I agree. Dr. Rugon, having also graduated in 2003.
Anybody else have any thoughts about any of the candidates? Is anybody in a position that they want to make a motion for a slate of 3?
I'll make a motion for Amber McKnight, Davis Cole, and Carling Dinkler.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second.
That-
Should we do public comment prior to the vote? No public comment? Okay. Then any opposed to the motion? Okay. With that, then I think we have our slate of 3. The motion passes. Is there a need for any other public comment at this time? If not, then we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any opposed?
I think that was the fastest.
All right,
meeting
we're
I've ever
good.
had
That
in
was
my
awesome.
life.